Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, and this is the energy update for all signs for Monday, the 1st of November, 2021. Pinch and a punch for the first day of the month. I hope you're doing well. So I have a live show 3 times a week here on YouTube. It's called Psychic Cafe. I would love to see you in there. In that show, I do channeling for the collective, whatever lessons or information that our higher selves, our guides want to give us that particular day. But I also do mini reads in there as well. So if you've got a specific question or you want some guidance personally, then come along in there and do those mini reads for donations. And if you're interested in a private reading with me, they're available from my website, behealing.com. You can find a link for that in the description box below, and also one up there as well. So let's get some cards out. What have we got going on? Hope your Halloween was fun. Good. You celebrate it? Okay, we've got one out. So it is empowerment. A need to empower ourselves today. To stand up for ourselves, to say no, to have boundaries, to enforce those boundaries, to maybe face things that we haven't been facing full on. You know, healing, it's not all love and light. Love and light is a kind of a soothing stage that we go through. When we go from victimhood of all the darkness in the world and feeling a victim to it. And then we go through the love and light stage where we are hopefully soothing ourselves and feeling more positive about the world. But then there's a stage beyond that, which is empowerment, where we can face the darkness again from that soothed state, not as a victim this time, but to take responsibility for it and empower ourselves and actually be able to function healthily, not dysfunction, but function in the world healthily. Stand up for ourselves, advocate for ourselves, coming from a place of self-love. What else have we got going on today? Courage. You're going to need to be courageous, especially if we're talking about standing up for yourself or facing something. You know, when we've got something that's happening to us, if we just try and love and light it away, it doesn't go away, right? We've got to stand up to it. There's some things that we need to fight for. We need to use that positive aggression to make change happen, right, in our lives. We've got to have boundaries, right? If you don't have boundaries, you're going to get a victimhood lesson over and over and over and over again until you have the courage to actually stand up for yourself. And often the reason that we don't do that is because we think that it's going to make us like the abusers that made us victims in the first place. We don't want to be like them. And in our unwillingness to be anything like them, we completely ignore a side of ourselves that's very important, the powerful side of ourselves, the side of ourselves that will take care of us properly, you know, in an imperfect world. In other words, you can't just sit back and wait for the world to be perfect, because it's never going to be that. It's always going to be contrast, because it's a place to learn. So let's get some more energy about today. So I definitely need to empower yourself today. Tell us more. What else is in the energies for everybody today? Coming up. I think so. 5 of Wands. So we're in training for something. So you might not get this perfect when you try it, but it's okay, because you try first, and then, you know, to empower yourself, to set a boundary, to enforce that boundary. And it takes practice to get that right, to get it to a place where we're comfortable with it, where we don't feel like a total bitch, or you know, because if it's the first time, or if we've been victim to things for a very long time and it's the first time we're setting a boundary with it, we tend to go over the top with it. It tends to be more of an ego reaction. The ego kicks in because all of those feelings that have built up over the time. And so we can take it too far, but then we learn. And the more that we set up boundaries for ourselves, the easier it gets, and the less out of balance we become, the more easy we just get to feeling okay about setting those boundaries, right? But it's not just feeling okay about it. It's about we don't take it too far. You know, if we've been total victims and not empowering ourselves, when we start empowering ourselves, we're likely to take it too far. But that's okay, because we do that until we find some kind of a balance, you know, until we get it right for ourselves. So you're practicing. Keep practicing. You find that sweet spot for yourself, The moon, it could be an emotional day. It could be a testing day. Yeah. The moon is also about the unknown as well. It's also about facing the shadow side of ourselves as well. Facing the shadow sides of ourselves. Okay. We've got the Hierophant out here as well. Traditional values, the things that are really important to you, your morals, your moral compass, and all of that. This could be shifting today. There's absolutely nothing wrong with our dark side at all. When we ignore our dark side, it tends to come out. It tends to control us. It tends to come out in the negative expression of it. But when we own that we have the dark side, we can actually use it in a positive. We can express it in a positive way, especially if we practice that, you know. So yeah, traditional, something about traditional moral, your way of perceiving things, the things that you will do and the things that you won't do, what's really important to you. This is about being in integrity as well, is what I'm getting here. There's a balance to be had here and a training to be had here today about empowering yourself and still being in integrity with yourself, but just testing the waters kind of thing, trying it out. Eight of Pentacles, your hard work is going to pay off. The inner work, these boundaries and stuff like that. If you find that you've been abused, that people keep on taking advantage of you and all of that, it's because you're not being empowered. And so this is definitely a call. So today with these energies, if that's you, you will be tested on that today. It will show up. You might feel like the biggest victim ever today and be like, why isn't the universe, why isn't everyone perfect? You know, so that I don't have to face this. Why isn't everyone perfect? Well, you do have to face it. I understand the fear of facing the dark side, the darkness that is within us, but in all reality, we are everything. And when we try and ignore something, it owns us then and it comes out in the negative expression. It just does. So your hard work will pay off. This inner work, your hard work will pay off. So it's definitely kind of a call for people to get themselves out of a victimhood mode today. Five of Wands, we need to practice. Put it into practice. Justice and the Knight of Emotions. Oh, so it's bringing our love life into it here for the justice that we want. So you might not realize that your love life, especially because the emotions, if we think about the Knight of Emotions given a romantic offer and we think about the Queen of Emotions being receptive to it, you might not realize that the Queen of Swords, this empowerment, is very important to your love life, to being the Queen of Cups. But it is. So let me tell you that story. If you're the Queen of Cups, if you're just open and receptive to everything and everyone, you're going to keep on getting hard lessons, right? If you have learned empowerment and you allow yourself to be the Queen of Swords and say no and have boundaries and cut things out, you're going to be making better choices for yourself. And so you're going to say no to that play. You're going to say no to that abuse. You're going to say no to that narcissist. You're going to be like well practiced in doing that. You're going to say no to that addiction. You're going to say no to that drink. You're going to say no to those drugs. You're going to say no to eating the wrong thing, you know, all of that. If you're comfortable about cutting out the stuff that isn't good for you and being empowered, of course it's going to affect your love life. Your justice will come in. So this message is for those that think just opening your heart should be able to get you the love life that you really want. It's not going to. Just opening your heart will not do that. In fact, if you're in victimhood mode, opening your heart is very dangerous. I used to do that. I used to believe all the spiritual attacks and everything. And when I was in a very wounded, emotional, raw state from my abuse before I'd healed myself, I would just try and open my heart up, prise it open, even though I wasn't secure. I wasn't being safe in myself. I wasn't keeping myself safe. I was opening my heart up and even more abuse was happening. So your love life is riding on this, and you're empowering yourself. Remember, you've got to put that work in. The relationship of your dreams isn't just going to show up. You've got to put the work in to be able to get there. And every no is on the way to your yes. The more refined you get, the more you'll say no. the more you are, it's like a funnel. You're funneling yourself toward that one that is right for you. Stripping illusions is behind that. In other words, this is saying stop BSing yourself. Stop BSing yourself. So there's some level of bullshit that's being revealed today about that, about just wanting to be open instead of empowering ourselves. You've got the power. You need to take that power. Stop handing your power away to other people and being open and receptive to it. The moon. And the reason that religions have pushed that concept of just being open and love and light and all of that is because they actually wanted us to be disempowered, to toe the line. It's about control. You don't want to be controlled, so don't do that. The moon. Yeah, especially for those of you that have been attracting controlling people in your life. That is how. If you're not being empowered, you will attract controlling people. If you're not being in control of yourself and making very good decisions for yourself and being like really super, not strict, but super, I know what, it's this, it's what I was saying about the Hierophant. I know what I'll accept and what I won't accept. It's my moral compass. And I don't expect everyone to have the same moral compass as me, but I do if they're going to be in my life. And if they're not that, fair enough, they can go and be that somewhere else with someone else. You ain't going to be in my life if you haven't got that. It's that. So the moon, music of emotion. It's an emotional day because of this. It's what I was just talking about. It's that openness. It's what I was getting from the Night of Emotions and everything that I was talking about there. It's the King of Cups here, being emotional and open, and you just can't do that until you're safe to do that. You can only be safe to do that once you keep yourself safe. And so you could be very emotional today about something, because there's just so many people that have that. But if I'm just good and open, then it should work out for me, shouldn't it? It's not going to. Sorry, but it's not going to. It's not the way that the universe works. The universe gives you back the energy that you're putting out there, the energy that you are giving to yourself. Taking care of yourself. Other people will take care of you. The universe will take care of you as well. If you're not taking care of yourself, no one else is going to, and the universe won't either. And so sometimes we have this false belief that it should be perfect, and the ones that should be looked after, the ones that should be getting the blessings are the biggest victims, because they're the ones that deserve it the most. That's not the way that the universe sees it. The universe doesn't come from a lackful perspective like that we're victims and that we have no power. It's like, no, you take your power and then you can have the power. You don't take your power, you're not going to get good stuff. You're going to get more of the same. Victimhood focus from the moon and the music of emotions there. How did I get that? Abundance is riding on this too. Wow. Yes, abundance is riding on this too. So the way that we do stuff is the way that we do everything. And so this training to empower yourself, like it said, you might not realize that it's affecting your love life, but it is. This very same thing is affecting your abundance too. When you get this right, when you get this empowerment right and the self-love thing down pat, you will start attracting energy. And energy is love, it's abundance. It's a match to how you're treating yourself. So abundance is riding on that too. Even though it might not appear, you might think it's just your love life that's riding on this emotional stuff. No, abundance as well. So the Hierophant, we need to be so certain about our moral compass here. It's more important than you think. And enforcing it doesn't mean trying to get everyone to comply with your world vision and what it is that you want. It just means choosing the ones that do. Now the Hierophant is also the marriage card as well. Okay. Whoa. Yes. Right. Okay. So we have the Three of Wands out here, the Three of Inspiration. A new path is opening up here. But there is always the old path of carrying on with those addictions and all of that kind of stuff, that negativity, that victimhood and all of that. Your dreams will come true. Your wishes will be fulfilled. But you have to do this. You have to do it for yourself. You have to take your own power. It's very much connected with your moral compass. I mean, I just keep on hearing that from the Hierophant today. So there's a new path that's available to you, but that old path is always available to you as well. This. It's like the devil is between you and your dreams here. But the devil is the devil inside of yourself. It's the negativity inside of yourself that you've not yet accepted. The darkness within that you haven't accepted. There's nothing wrong with our darkness. It's very useful. And it's not a darkness, you know, when you can express it. So, for example, we're talking about boundaries here, right? Practicing our boundaries. So you might not want to do that because you might think that makes me a complete bitch if I do that. I don't want to be a complete bitch. I don't want to be like those abusers that I've had in my life. So I'll be a complete pushover instead, right? And so then that's caving into your darkness, right? What will happen then is like you're turning your back on your darkness. You end up caving into it. And so then people abuse you, abuse you, abuse you, abuse you until, or you let someone into your life who's bad for you, bad for you, bad for you, until you get to the point where you explode with it. You have to like get rid of them out of your life in a huge crazy way instead of like noticing up front that they were bad for you and drawing up a boundary. That's way healthier. So you end up being the toxic element because you've let a toxic person into your life. That's what this is saying. So that's when the devil owns us, kind of thing, when we won't be the empowered, straight up empowered along the way. And so you're getting closer to your truth here. The truth, what this is saying is there's an energy here of having a high moral compass, but then not taking the actions to uphold that moral compass. Like I said, letting anyone in and then being disappointed that they haven't got that same moral compass, instead of being able to say no to those that don't and just letting those right people. And why is that? Because of a victimhood mentality, a feeling that the victims should be the ones that get the blessings. And it's not the way that the universe sees it. No rewards for being a victim here. There's only 100% evidence of that. So your hard work will pay off. If you do this, your hard work will pay off. For those of you that are just teetering on the edge here of and thinking, no, I think I'll just carry on being love and light. Good luck. Your hard work will pay off. Your wishes will come true. And if you don't, you'll still keep on getting the heartbreak. Like I said, there's only 100% evidence of this, that this is true out there and in your life too. So which one do you want? Do you want your wishes fulfilled? Or do you want heartbreak? Do you want more heartbreak? Let's go for wishes fulfilled, because your hard work will pay off. And your hard work, that goes both ways. Your hard work will pay off, whichever way you're doing it. If you keep on working hard at being open when you're being a victim and not empowering yourself, that's going to pay off too. You're going to keep on getting what you don't want from that. Abundance, relationships, you're going to keep on getting what you don't want from that. And so this is the growth path. This is the universe trying to get us to grow. A new path is available to you here with that 3 of Wands there, that is aligned with your moral compass. So if you have been lamenting, I'm not attracting the right people, the right lover, the right friends, where are my tribe? There's nobody like me around me. I'm always the black sheep, you know, always alone because there's no one like me. This. What's going on in our love lives today? What's going on in our love lives today? What's the energies for our love lives? Feels like a bit of a shake-up kind of a day. We've got a new moon coming on Friday, Thursday for some. Oh no, which one is it? Which pair is it? These is what I'm feeling. Okay, here we go. You may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there's always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. So you're kind of learning how to set yourself free here from something. It's been playing out over and over again. You'll get there, you'll learn it in the end. It's important right now to take a step back and spend some time alone. Instead of placing your focus on another, now's the time to give to yourself. So take a step back. There's patterns being revealed today that have not been serving you, and time to take a step back and see it. Maybe just say to yourself, maybe Claire's right. I'll try it. I'll try practicing having boundaries and see how that does. Please do, because you're going to love it in the end. Yes, it's going to be a bit uncomfortable at first. Like I said, you're going to feel like bitch queen from hell at first, but you'll soon learn that it gets you better things and it's better for you, and you'll feel good in doing that. And then you'll feel totally comfortable in saying no. You won't have an emotional reaction to it anymore. And then, but some people will. Some people will have an emotional reaction to hearing no. Those that are disempowered, that can't do this stuff yet, that haven't empowered themselves, you say no to them and they have an emotional reaction to it. You got to put up with that, because there's just some people that are like that. You've been one of them. If you're resonating with this reading, you've been one of those people that when you hear no, you're reacting to it. Because if you're not setting boundaries, you're going to be reacting to other people's boundaries, for sure, for sure. Your hard work's paying off. There you go, 8 of Pentacles again. Your hard work is paying off. Is the hard work that you've been putting in? Because so what I'm saying by that is the hard work that you've been putting in, trying to tolerate things, trying to keep your heart open in the face of abuse or people with are just not right for you. Has your hard work been put in the wrong place like that? Tolerating things that are not good for you. Put your hard work in the boundaries instead and see what happens, especially in your love life here. Action. Yeah, and you have to actually put it in practice as well. Action. You have the courage to express the unique loving colors of your soul. You've got to have courage here, absolutely. That was courage as well, wasn't it? Yes. Double courage out. Could be a testing day. You need to be courageous though. Do it. And you might, even if you're shaking in your boots or in your flip-flops, your thongs, even if you're shaking in your shoes, do it. Because soon you won't be shaking anymore. You'll be able to do it and be fine about it. Once you get to yourself to the point of being cool about it, you won't even be expecting people to have emotional reactions to it, because you don't, so why would anyone else? And then when they do, you'll understand it. You're like, yeah, I remember being in that place. I remember being one of those disempowered people and how it felt to hear no, because I will never say no myself, and I don't think anyone else should ever say no. And you'll understand it. You'll have compassion for them when they're like that, but you certainly won't want to be a part of it. You won't want a bar of it. The chaser, chasing passion. Oh, insane chemistry, chasing passion. Wow. So some of you are chasing passion, the thrill of it. The thrill. It's an addiction. For some of you, this devil thing is that. It's keeping you away from your wishes, chasing the thrill of the passion. The thrill of the chase. That's what this is, the thrill of the chase. It could be chasing an ideal. Take that as it resonates. What else have we got in the energies today? What else is in the energies today for everybody? The Oracle's gift. The psychic knows, you see. Endless possibilities. Wow. Some of you could be getting a reading today. I mean, a proper one, not a video reading. A private one, I mean. Endless possibilities, the Oracle's gift. Opening you up to possibilities. This could be your own intuition as well. Being guided toward that endless possibilities. So if you felt stuck and you've not been able to manifest what it is that you want, there's something in this guidance, you know. It's that truth that just came out. No, sanctuary. Yeah, I need to be alone again. A sanctuary resides inside you no matter what's happening. This inner temple beckons you to enter. Take a deep breath. This is for courage as well. Take a deep breath, enter and sit down on the throne of your own heart, doing what's best for you, which is about empowerment, right? What else have we got going on today? What else has everyone got going on today? What else do we need to know about, guys? For today, 1st of November. Oh my God, it's near the end of the month. I mean the year. It's the start of the month. What am I talking about? The funnel. Nearly the end of the year. Period of frustration. Lessons to be learned. The funnel. We're getting closer though. It's like you're being guided in a funnel toward what it is that you want. There's lessons to be learned along the way, but you are kind of getting there. Slowly. It takes us ages, doesn't it? But we get there in the end. Heart, love, deep affection and caring. You know, your spirit guides, they love you so much. They will continuously give us guidance because they love us so much. For some, this is like deeply, if you've been doing all of this work already, you're like, yep, Claire, I get all of this. I'm all over it. I've been doing that. You've got great things coming in here. Deep affection. This, yeah, for those of you that have been doing the work as well, this is about someone chasing you too. So somebody, when you've got this high empowerment and high boundaries, the right person is going to chase you. Not in a bad way, but they're going to persist and they're going to want some of that because there's very few people that are doing this. And so when you recognize that someone's doing it, you want to be their friend, you want to be in a relationship with them. Be careful, do not take risks. Okay. Be careful, do not take risks today. And I'm okay, compliments from an admirer. So this love, it's coming in for some people if you've been doing this work. If you haven't been doing this work, you're more likely to get a lasting relationship coming in today if you're wanting to try and get a relationship. But remember that this one said, it's important right now to take a step back and spend some time alone. Instead of placing your focus on another, now's the time to give to yourself. Okay, so think of a yes or no answer question because I've got a red and a green crystal in this bag. And I'm going to get one of them out very shortly to answer your question. It's just a bit of fun, this. I can use those crystals for you in a mini read if you want to come into my Psychic Cafe show here. Or if you want to get a private reading, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's a link in the description box below and I can use it in that. If you do want to have me answer questions in a guidance reading, then just click on the Contact Us form on my website after you've ordered. And you can ask your questions in there. And so it's fast forward toward your goals here, 8 of Wands, and it might be the circuitous route kind of thing. In other words, you've got your eyes on the prize, you know what it is that you want, and then the universe is like, right, yeah, and yes, you can have it, but you got to do this stuff first. And so there's strong guidance coming in today to move us. The Fool is the one that takes a risk. Isn't that funny? It's told us not to take risks here, but the Fool is the one that takes a risk, not just any old risk, not a stupid risk, but there's a lot of courage that's come out today in this reading, and you do need to have courage, especially if it's drawing up a boundary, maybe asking questions, that kind of thing. How else best to deal with these energies today? Came out fast. 2 of Rings and the Queen of Cups. Authentic and virtuous. There it is. What I was getting from the Hierophant. Authentic and virtuous. It's the moral compass. It's good to have a strong moral compass, but realize that that's for you and for you to empower yourself in the right way toward it. And the 2 of Rings here, fluctuation and adaptability. Be adaptable in that. Be adaptable to learning new things as well and trying different things out, especially if you've been so sure that something was true and you're trying it and it never works out for you. Well, that's a sign that it's not going to work out for you doing that. So you need to change your game. Right, so think of a yes or no answer question now. Keep it in your mind. Pause the video if you're not ready. Your answer is yes. Go for it. There you go. Now you know. So thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to click like on this video down there and leave a comment as well. Love hearing from you. What is this all about? Where are you on this journey? How comfortable are you with setting boundaries and upholding them and all of that? And thank you to all of my subscribers. I really appreciate you guys. You make this channel what it is and allow me to do what it is that I love doing on it as well. If you're not a subscriber, please consider clicking that subscribe button along with that notification bell. I do these daily energy updates. I also do 3 pick a card reads a week, and I go live 3 times a week in my Psychic Cafe show, which I'd love to see you in. So have the best day ever. I'll see you tomorrow.